Today we're going to identify linear expressions. So let's start by breaking down this expression, linear expressions, just a little bit. And we have the word line and expression. So it's going to be something that represents a line, which we'll talk about in a few weeks. But it's also going to be an expression. And an expression is a set of mathematical symbols, combinations like 3 plus 2 or 5 times 2x that does not include an equal sign. So if it has an equal sign, then it is not an expression. If it has a greater than sign, it's not an expression, or less than sign, or anything else that includes a comparison, then it is not an expression. So linear expressions are things that don't include an equal sign and can represent lines. And don't worry too much about the line part. Again, we'll talk about that in a few weeks. So let's take a look at linear expressions. So linear expressions do not have an equal sign. So anything immediately like 3 equals 1 plus 2 is not a linear expression because it's got an equal sign through it. So that is not a linear expression. So remember we talked about terms? Well, linear expressions, every single term has nothing greater than an x in it. So no exponents on the variables. So we have 3 plus x is linear. That is a linear expression. But 3 plus x squared is not a linear expression because that x has a squared on it. X by itself is a linear expression, and technically 3 by itself is a linear expression, but it's kind of a special one because it doesn't even have an x in it. So we're just looking for things that have x in it. So here we go. How about 4x plus 7? Is that a linear expression? Yes, because it's got an x in it, no other variables, and it has only a hidden 1 right there. So no squared, no cubed, nothing weird like that. The other thing that it can't have is it can't have the x in the denominator. So, for example, 7 over x plus 3 is not a linear expression because it has the x in the denominator. How about 3x plus 4 plus 2x minus 5? Well, that does indicate a linear expression because none of them have exponents that are anything other than the number 1. And in fact, if we combine these like terms, we get 5x minus 1. And that definitely looks like a linear expression. And that's it for identifying linear expressions.